Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, The Town Watch. My name is Josh Town. Thank you for stopping by today. In this video, we're going to be doing a full review on the new Citizen Nighthawk. Most of us have become familiar with the original Citizen Nighthawk. It's really become an iconic watch for the Citizen brand. But toward the middle of last year, they released a new version of the Nighthawk, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. And I'm asking the question, could this possibly be the best budget-friendly pilot's watch that money can buy today? Let's find out. Alright, so here it is, the new Citizen Nighthawk. We're going to jump right into the specs and features of this watch. You can see the model number there. The movement is the Citizen Eco Drive B877. That is a dual time movement. The crystal here, unfortunately, is mineral still. Case material stainless steel. Case diameter, I measured it to be 42.3 millimeters. Case thickness came in to be around 12.7 millimeters. Lug to lug distance 46.8. Lug width 22 millimeters. The band material here is a genuine leather. Water resistance is 200 meters. The weight is 89 grams, and the MSRP price on this watch is $495. Now, even Citizen on their website has it knocked down even from that. So never pay MSRP, especially for a watch like this. You can find it much cheaper. I actually purchased this watch second hand, but it was in brand new shape, and I've been happy to have it for a little while now. I'm an original owner of the first Nighthawk, as you can see back there, and stay tuned for a future video where we'll be doing a side-by-side comparison of the original and the new version of the Nighthawk. You're not going to want to miss that, but that's not what today's video is about. This is all about the new Nighthawk and taking a look and doing a full review on this piece. Overall, I think it's a good looking watch. I really like it. I like the tactical feel that is here, but I do have some gripes in the looks department, which we'll get into as we go through. But overall, I think it's a good looking watch. The case shape and design is very angular. You can see even on the lugs a couple of different angles going there on the sides of the case as well. Very angular, but it's good looking in my opinion. It's definitely different than the original in many ways. The finishing is a mix of brushed and polished surfaces, and you do get a different color bezel there as well. We'll talk about the bezel more here in a little bit. In my opinion, regarding the finishing, I would have liked to have seen just brushing. I was really a little surprised about these large polished tops of the lugs here, and you get some polishing on the crowns as well, and then this chamfered edge here on the case also. I was a little surprised about that because when I first looked at this watch online and you saw some of the rendered photos, the stock photos from Citizen, you would not be able to tell that these lugs were polished. They looked satin, they looked brushed, and I was surprised when I got this watch in hand to see that they were completely polished. So that is something good about reviews like this, because a lot of times the pictures don't tell the full story. So that was the case for me with these lugs. I wish they were brushed like the rest of the case. The case back is screwed down, has some light engraving there, nothing too fancy, kind of your typical Citizen case back. There are two crowns on this watch, just like the original. One is signed, the main crown. The other, which rotates the inner bezel, is not signed. Both of them measured in about the same diameter, a little bit under 6 millimeters. They're both not screw down crowns, and they both have that same angular design with the lines going on there for the grip. So they look pretty much the same, except, you know, one is signed and one is not. I did find that the one to to use the inner bezel right here at the 2 o'clock position is a little bit hard to use, honestly. It's hard to get a good grip on it the way it's positioned right next to that lug right there. It's not the easiest and most comfortable to use. I really would have liked to see a screw down crown, especially with the main crown to set the time and everything else. But I would really like to see both of these crowns screw down. I think that would be more practical, and you know, if you were to unscrew this top crown here, it would pop out a little bit more and you'd be able to manipulate it and use it a little bit easier, I think. So I think Citizen dropped the ball a little bit there and should have given 2 screw down crowns, but instead we get none. So that's definitely a gripe from me. The bezel here is fixed, although it has the appearance that you can grip it and rotate it, but it is fixed completely. You cannot turn this bezel at all. It is a black color. The material here, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it feels like some sort of plastic. And you can see they have those same angular lines that you saw on the crown, so they're kind of following that same design language here on the bezel. I go back and forth on the bezel, how I feel. I don't think it looks too bad. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't like it, but it is something different. It gives a contrast color there to the case, and I don't know, I'm kind of in between on that. The crystal here is unfortunately a mineral crystal. They did not update that to sapphire, so I think they've dropped the ball again on that, but I don't know. Check out my scratch test video with a Citizen mineral and a Seiko Hardlex. Mineral crystal is not too bad, but always would prefer that sapphire. Let's talk about the dial here. I like the dial a lot. I think it's my most favorite part of this watch. It's different in some ways from the original, but the same in many ways also. We'll get more into that in the comparison video. But it's very clear that when you look at this watch, if you've seen the original, you know that this is also a Nighthawk. It's busy, of course, just like the original, but that's part of the charm of this watch. I think you know it's a busy watch, so if you don't like that, you don't buy it. That's part of what you get when you buy a pilot's watch like this, and even the Seiko Flightmaster, super busy dial. So you expect that with the Nighthawk, and I enjoy that busyness here. And I think the dial looks great. You get some colors going on, black mostly, some white with the hands and indices and some of the printing, and then you get some yellow as well, and I think it all goes together really, really nice. There's that semicircle that we recognize from the original Nighthawk. This gives you the dual time, and of course you've got those airplane pointers on each side, which is just a cool detail that I've always loved. The indices here are a mix of numerals, as you can see, and some rectangles, and then a large triangle at the top. And the chapter ring is here, very heavily sloped and with a lot of numbers and markings going on. And then you have the inner rotating bezel on top of that with some more figures, and that allows you to do different calculations. It's not the purpose of this video to go into all of those details, or any of them really, but you know, you can do different calculations as you rotate that inner bezel, and I'm sure there are plenty of videos on YouTube going into details about that. So if you're interested, just do a search to check that out. My only negative with the dial is a negative that I say a lot with Citizen watches, and that is the date window. Look at the shadow that is being cast on that. It's so far down deep into the watch that it's hard to see. And Citizen really needs to step up their date game. I would rather see no date on this watch than to have a date like is here right now. That's my negative about the dial. I'm going to charge it up now with my UV flashlight and we'll check the lume. Alright, here it is. Healthy application of lume. Nice icy blue color. Those numerals are large, so there's a good bit of lume on them. Large triangle at the top. Very legible. Good amount of lume on the minute and hour hand as well. Nothing on the second hand, but I think it's coming in pretty good. Alright, let's talk about this strap. I feel like this strap is a real winner. It's something that is a little bit different. Even just thinking about the color that it is, kind of an olive color, and then it's kind of a unique design with the stitching, and there is some cushioning in this top portion of the strap, but it is really nicely done, and I've found it to be comfortable to wear on the wrist. The stitching is a nice contrast yellow color here, and on the back it's black. It is genuine leather. And the buckle here is substantial. It is a large buckle signed with Citizen, and it is solid for sure. Very, very strong. Alright, I'm going to jump back in front of the camera and share my final thoughts about the new Citizen Nighthawk. So the new Nighthawk, what do I think about it? Well, I like it, but I don't like it as much as I was hoping to like it. I think it's an overall good-looking watch. I really do. I like the tactical feel that is here, but I was kind of thrown off by those polished lugs. I didn't expect that. I don't really like it. I wish both of the crowns were screw down. Honestly, I think that would be a great feature to have on this watch. I don't like the mineral crystal either. I do like the strap on this watch. I think they did a great job there. But overall, the negatives for me outweigh the positives, and this watch, in my opinion, for me, is a pass. But it might not be for you. I want to hear what you think down in the comments. If you like the new Nighthawk or you don't, maybe there's some things that you'd like to change, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you down there. So how does this new Nighthawk compare to the old one? Well, we're going to find that out in a future video. We're going to do a head-to-head comparison between the old and the new, see all the differences. It's going to be a great video, and really see if the old is still better than the new or the new outshines the old. You're going to have to stay tuned for that, and get locked in. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, because that's going to be a great comparison video. If you enjoyed this video today, please leave a like. It really helps out. We really appreciate it. But that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in to the Town Watch. We'll see you next time.